Wondering how long it really takes to learn a foreign language? Weeks, months, or years? To be frank, it's more than just hours of practice. In this video, I will uncover the truth about language learning that could save you years of frustration. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I see Monvie. So let's get started. Understanding your goals. To be honest, not everyone needs to become fluent in a language. It's all very personal. Someone learns a language just for understanding series, someone for reading books. So not everyone does that for pure communication with others. That's why quite a lot of people quit this learning process because they didn't set the correct goal for themselves. For what do they really need this language? When you see that everyone is trying to aim fluency, you think that you need that as well, and you just follow this crazy crowd. But perhaps you don't need that. You can save plenty of time by choosing your real goal, because after this, you'll be focused only on those things that you need. You will not be bothered by all this, noise. One more interesting topic is realistic goals. I know that everyone want to find this short way to learn a language as fast as possible. And people set goals like to get B2 in 6 months, despite the fact that now they don't even have a stable A1. They are not able to understand anything in this language to use it, but they already want B2? Really? Just how? Firstly, this goal is not concrete at all. What do you mean by getting B2? For what do you need it? And how will you measure that? You need to think about all of this because it's a learning process. In order to make it effective, you need to know your goal in advance. Understanding foreign speech, no one can understand absolutely everything. In this case, it's better to set this goal like this: being able to talk to people about certain topics. Secondly, what usually happens when you don't achieve that goal on time? You give up just because you didn't give yourself enough time. So the reason for learning a language quickly is not because of crazy deadlines, but because of realistic and concrete goals. And one more time, by quick learning, I don't mean a couple of months. Just come back to reality. It's impossible. Language difficulty and its impact on learning time. For sure, the difficulty of the language impacts your learning time. You'll not be able to learn Korean just for 5 months if you don't know any other language that is quite similar to this one. Even if you learn that Korean every single day for 6 hours. Indeed, calling a language hard is just an excuse for most of the people. Of course, it's easier to say, it is difficult, I will not learn it. But there are no hard languages. There are languages that require more commitment and time dedication. A lot of people say, oh, Arabic is so difficult, you don't need it, learn Spanish instead. But I want to learn Arabic, come on, I don't need Spanish. A person without a goal would already start learning Spanish. I heard all the things about French all the time. People say that, yeah, they would like to learn this language, but it's very difficult, like pronunciation. But how can you know if you've never tried? Just because someone not committed to this language said that to you? Really? Don't listen to all outside opinions and learn what you want. Actually, there is a benefit in learning difficult languages. Even if it's difficult, as you like to call it, you can still learn it if you really want. You train your power of will because you need to learn so many information, new words, new rules. You confuse everything. It's really tough, but you still continue doing that because you see your main goal, you know it. Also, after learning at least one difficult language, it becomes much easier to learn other difficult languages because you know that you already did that. So for sure, you can do that now as well. And overall, you become just a smart person. As for me, after learning Turkish, I didn't even notice how hard French was. I just moved to it, and now I know French. But of course, that wasn't the only one reason why did I learn French that fast. The influence of your native language and prior knowledge. Actually, your native language has a straight impact on mastering another language. For instance, If your native language is Italian, learning any language from Latin group will be just a piece of cake for you. Spanish, French, Portuguese. But if your native language is Hindi, for example, that will be not that easy and fast. But still, of course, it's possible. Next case is when you know several foreign languages and all of them are from different language groups. As when you know Spanish, French, Italian, and Portuguese, this knowledge will not help you in learning Chinese at all. So, for example, if you know English, Spanish, Arabic, and Korean, all of these languages are from different groups. So you already need to spend less time to learn any new language from these four groups. In case with English, next language can be German, with Spanish, Italian, Arabic, Turkish, Korean, and Japanese. That's the main secret of how polyglots know so many languages. Each next language from another language group helps them to learn others much faster. The same happened to me when I was learning French. At the beginning, I could already understand French texts, and it took me just 10 months to master my comprehension and to be able to speak in this language. And all this thanks to Spanish, of course. So I'm not sure that I would be able to do that fast without knowing any language from Latin group, as French is a quite difficult language, I can say. When a person knows several languages that are from one language group and this language group is her native one, in my opinion, it's just an easy track. My native language is Ukrainian and I don't want to learn Polish or Czech. Firstly, because I understand quite a lot when I listen to these languages, and secondly, it's just too easy for me. I like real challenges in language learning. However, in any case, it's up to everyone what languages to learn. And no matter what the languages does this person learn, she's still great. Because learning any foreign language, it's not an easy process. The role of consistency and practice. You know about this approach. Learn something every day and you'll get results. While in reality, it's not that easy and furthermore efficient. Because firstly, what and how do you learn something really matters. For example, you can learn 5 words daily, but do you actually need them? And will you use all of them in your daily talks? Or when you just listen to a language daily? Yeah, you will improve your comprehension a bit if you write down and learn new words from this video. But if it's your only way to learn a language, unlikely you will ever learn it. Secondly, 5 minutes daily, it's not enough for learning a language. You will not become fluent or improve your comprehension to a level of pro just by listening to something during 5 minutes every single day. You don't have to spend several hours either, but 5 minutes, it's quite overrated. I see a lot of people nowadays who learn a language already for years and they still can't say that they can speak or they know this language, and it's not because of the difficulty of that language or due to the absence of talent in languages. It's because you just learn random things and you don't even know your goal. For example, if in a year of learning a language, you still can't either understand this language, read or speak, well, it means that you're doing something wrong or you just don't put enough efforts. It depends on each language and on your prior knowledge, but still, 1 year is enough to improve at least one area in this language. You can say for years that you learn a language, but if you say that it doesn't work, maybe you should reconsider your learning methods. Just admit that it really sucks and it doesn't bring you any result. Learning has to be flexible as well. If you see that it isn't bringing you any result, you should change your strategy, but never your main goal. In this case, learning a language. Actually, by forcing yourself to learn something every single day, you're destroying your motivation as it turns into routine, not into an interesting learning process. You learn everything and at the same time, nothing. You don't have to learn a language daily to become fluent. if you don't have such an opportunity. 3-4 times per week, if you are consistent, it will be even more than enough. So, as you understood, there is no specific time period that you need to spend on achieving fluency or whatever you want in this language. Even despite that scientific research, we all learn in different manners. Some people are consistent, others are not. Some learn a language by consuming content in this language. Other people learn it by browsing grammar books. So we can't judge anyone because we are all different and we have different learning methods, which works for us. Clarify your goal, create a learning plan, and start normal learning, which is efficient and interesting for you. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you soon in my next videos. Bye!